Welcome to Kingswift. I thought I'd give you a bit of an update because some people probably think I've done a runner, but I haven't. It's just in England, in this part of England, in East Anglia, for the last week or two, we've had extreme temperatures, sometimes hitting 35s, 36s, and you can't do any of this. This is out. That's done. Because it's a metal boat, it attracts the heat, and on the inside, because there's no insulation on the inner walls, it transfers the heat inside, so the boat hits 40 plus, so it's a no-go. But I'm still here. But we have been doing something, and there's been some updates, so let's go and have a look. I didn't waste any time. This place needed a massive clear up, so that's exactly what we've done. If you're looking around at the moment, that's the electrical stuff waiting to go in, and in general we can't get on with this side yet. We can't go on because temperatures, can't do no sealing, can't do anything. I mean, this is England, bloody hell. I mean, I've never known nothing like it since 1976. But we're getting ready. But I'm going to go over a couple of little bits coming down into the main cabin. We now can get access to the floor. Let me get that sun out. Right, the central section of the floor we can now get to. We need to get to the tanks. We need to get to this section here going through, which is really important. We are going to have to combine that with the painting as well on the outside. The next part of the painting is going to be the white. We'll let that set, and then it'll be the blue. But we've had a bit of a development. If you've seen the other, I've done a couple of videos about some bits and pieces I've been doing to make some money for this project. One about the engine, well, that's gone. Two lads from Dover came up and picked that up. No, nice, decent fellas, no problem at all. That's off to, I do believe, Southampton. I think to a boat in Southampton. And the Marksman sold as well. Now the Marksman is having a bit of a problem getting collected. That's also going up north, I do believe, somewhere. The name eludes me. Southport on the west coast. That's where that's going. But unfortunately, the transport company is letting everybody down. Now, I'm not going to mention who they are, but I spoke to some people locally around here, and they haven't got the best reputation. So I'm going to see if I can speak to the new buyer tomorrow and see if he can change that plan to get someone else, someone who's reliable. The problem with a boat is when you buy a boat, if you're going to transport it, and I've done this a few times, you've got to tie up the lifting with the lorry driver, with the guy who's going to take it off at the other end and have somewhere for it to go. Well, the guy's done all this, but he hasn't actually managed to get much confirmation from the guys doing the transport, and it's being done through Shipley as well. I don't know. But anyway, move on. We're clear. We can even get under these panels here, so we can have a look at what we need to do there, which is pretty much going to be the bow thruster. Everything what you see there is going to be used. Been a massive chuck out, massive. But she's looking quite nice now, actually. I'm eager to get these floors up and get underneath, and I'm going to explain why in about 5 seconds. Now, those who've been following, you're going to be surprised how much has changed in this little space. What you're looking at here is the insulation for the ceilings, the walls, everything. I'm sorry about that sun. I'm having a hell of a job keeping it off the camera. But the plan is here. Just here, we're going to put a temporary water heater, which is here. Just here, this has been sealed, and it's going to be boarded and veneered, and that's where the TV's going. And the reason is, with the Marksman gone, I ain't got nowhere to stay or do anything during the day. For the first time, I actually don't have a boat in the river. Well, that's different for me. Anyway, let's have a look. Now you're probably wondering why I don't put in down here the heating system for the water, which is here. This here, if you can see this, that blue item there is a 32 litre califier for a boat, and it's going to be plumbed in, but I want it to go here at the back, because I've got a diesel heater to go in as well, and I've got a diesel water heater to go in, which will work with the califier. So what's going to basically happen here, if we're going to get we are going to get the temperatures down. I mean, we can't do anything in these temperatures, to be honest, but I want to get the tanks working now, so then we can get a shower room, a washroom, sink, cup. We can get some water working. The floors will be panelled, the sides will be insulated, and this section here we will keep coming back into, because it's going to become a working space, a living space and everything else, and eventually a space where you can stay. So it's going to be a really important room on the boat, and it's starting to come forward. If you look this way, the top of the tank has gone. People are watching that. Used to be a big old tanks in there, pipes hanging out of it and everything else. Now that lid is outside. It's out the front of the boat, and I'm contemplating now. This is going to definitely be a reserve tank. I'll go over it more with you when we get into this room a bit more, but I have found a way of doing it, and I don't need all the gizmos and pipes and bits and bobs hanging off the top. It's now being used for storage, so I thought it's a great place to put stuff. For now, in here, this will eventually become a shower and washroom. I'm not going to do too much to this room, I'm just going to make it work, but obviously we still got the veneers to go on and the doors to come off and stuff like that. And this area here, probably a small galley workstation, somewhere I can work with. Coming through, back up to the top again. If you remember rightly, if we look at basically the starboard side, we had a workstation. Well, that is not too far away from becoming a workstation, which is another area of the boat which will be usable. I've changed my approach on a few things. If you remember how much time I spent making a battery bay, which was there, and it's come out absolutely fine, but I've changed my mind. Now we've got some clearer space. When we get back inside the boat, this will be the battery bay, and that's because it has an inbuilt battery tray ready to go, and I just fancy that being storage. Storage is great. We do have an area on the back of the boat where we can put gas bottles if we need to, and I'm going to have gas on the boat. I decided that gas for a hob or something, that's got to go out there. So we'll put some gas stuff in. I've already got all the stuff to put in. I need to buy some more pipe, but we need to get these service ways running in either side. But I think you'll agree, if you just see what's going on now, we've got a boat what is starting to shape up. You know, we've got the rear walls at the back there, just before the bow bedroom. We can get to it all. We can get to the floors. We can get under these panels. These are the main panels. Once these are up, we've done everything we need to do there. We can then get thinking about the galley to the right hand side, or starboard I should say, where the saw is. Just here, I'm not messing about building stuff. I'm looking at a company what can build a corner unit, sleeping area, and they may build a couple of other bits for us as well. Shower room is basically for trims, oak and teak, mostly oak and teak in there, and veneer. So the bottom line, I haven't run away, it's just been too blooming hot, and I've had it all really this year. I've had rain, I've had winds, I've had everything. Now I've got the most extreme temperatures I've known for years. So yeah, but we'll be back next week because the temperatures are dropping. Tomorrow's going to be the hottest day apparently in England. It's going to hit in the mid-30s, maybe higher. So let's get that out of the way. Let's get back down to some 20s, 24s, 25s. I love that. And you can do tons. Take care, people. Thanks for sticking with the channel. There will be another video I'm going to put aside, because I've got a couple of little playlists building up. It's going to be on the Marksman again. And basically, I'm going to do this video. It's going to be tomorrow morning, because these videos I do are pretty much as we're going. And it's for the new guy on how to start your boat, how to function, how to look after it. Just a very quick go through, so he can always go back to it to say, yep, this is how we start the engine. This is what we do with the engine, etc., etc. So that one's coming. Take care. Thank you.